So good afternoon on day 10, I'm in double digits, yay! Nearly done. Yeah, I've been a bit down in the dumps, as some people have noticed and commented on. I don't really know what else to, how to fix that. I think I'm just going to weather it out is the only way. Haven't been very well, bit fed up of what I'm eating at the moment. And just got a lot of work to do, which is, yeah, I'm a bit of a stress monkey. Once it happens, I get really stressed about the amount of work I have to do. So, I'm alleviating my sense of deprivation today by cooking for others. I'm going to see my mum, so I made bread. I've made her a loaf. I've made a loaf for the house for Colin, because we've run out of bread. I've mentioned before that I bake, and when I'm home, I'll bake the bread. So 3 loaves have been made, one for my mum, one for the house, for Colin, and one for my neighbour, who I bake bread for when I'm home. Because frankly, all the effort that goes into baking a loaf, you might as well bake more than one. So yeah, it should be okay. I'm making a fruited malt bread. Get me, eh? Posh. Never done it before. Had to go to the supermarket and buy malt extract. Isn't that what you give like kids when they can't poo? You give them malt extract? Oh no, you give it to like feed them up, don't they? When they're poorly, you make them take like syrup of figs when they can't poo-poo, and you give them malt extract to build them up. It's like one of those sort of 1950s Victorian things. But malt extract is actually just a grain sugar. Yeah, it's nothing like Marmite or anything. It's not really got any taste. It's basically sugar from a grain. Yeah, great. Anyway, so it's like a sort of malt loaf, but not really. It's a bread, malted bread with fruit in it. Should be okay. Put sour cherries in it, so we'll see. Won't get to taste any of it myself, because by the time I come off this dreaded plan, it'll be demolished. Anyway, I can always remake it if it's a success. If it's a disaster, then it's a lucky escape, isn't it? I don't have to eat it. Yeah, today has started the same way. Processed food-tastic. I had frankfurters and cheese with an egg for my breakfast. If I see another cheap frankfurter, I'll die. Yeah, lunch is just going to be like tuna. Dinner is going to be the same. I've slightly given up on taking photographs of this now, because actually I'm so sort of tired and feeling a bit run down that actually I've got no energy to be inventive when it comes to the meagre ingredients I have. At first I was really like, yeah, it'll be easy, yeah, I can be inventive, and actually the drudgery of it, I can well imagine how if I had to do this for another week, if I had chosen to do it for 3 weeks, I'd be straight into the pizzas. Straight on to Farm Foods Iceland pizzas. They'd be coming out. Pizzas, pies, anything like that, because it's easier and actually tastes a bit better. Yeah. Not great for your waistline, as they are. And actually, considering I had a review of a recent opera that I did that said I was thick-waisted. Yeah, so frankly, this is a good plan. I'm on this thick-waisted, how rude. Which is not actually far from the truth. Thick-waisted in comparison to whom? You know, a twig? Rude. Anyway, I can't be bothered going into the reasoning behind it. It could be that I'm being overly sensitive because I'm feeling a bit vulnerable. It's most likely. However, I took real offence. Anyway, so what's happening now? Yeah, just more of the same really today. I'm staying at home today so as I don't tire myself. I have a general sort of rule when I'm home. I work in town, I don't work at home generally. So I'll walk into town and then walk home to do my practice. And it's about 3 miles each way to where I practice. So it's a good walk, makes me feel good. I like walking, I like thinking, I like listening to music as I walk. But actually, I don't have enough energy at the moment to do it. I'm tired, it's killing me. That's why I felt so depressed last night when I came back. I was exhausted. So today, I'm staying at home. I walked to the supermarket to buy my malt extract, that'll do. I've actually still got some money left on my allowance. What have I got? I've got over £6 left still. So I might get something to cheer myself up. Maybe I'll get a cake. But mind you, are people with thick waists allowed cakes? No. I'll have to get myself some more lean proteins, I think. Live on boiled fish forevermore. You know, I'd end up looking like one of those melted Barbie dolls, you know, when they used to be fat and then they lose so much weight, they're a bit like cling film dragged over a skull, like a vacuum-packed skull. And it's just like all bone and tight tight skin, absolutely horrific. People that look like that. Mind you, they can't help it, but they could put on a little bit of weight. They would look better, less skeletal, like skeletal. Now, I'm digressing again. Yeah, I was reading an article this morning. I've got it in front of me here on my trusty laptop. Yeah, it's from The Independent. It's today, and it's about a nation of inequality. It's about our present day Britain and how the UK is failing to feed most of its most vulnerable people, which is appalling. So it's all about food banks. It's very topical to what I'm doing here. There's a lot of detail and it's quite a long article. No, but where is the bit that I want to talk about? Talking about disposable incomes. There's a whole bit about income. I mean, it's really... Here we go. It says here, the government has an obligation to ensure that the right for all human beings to be free from hunger, food insecurity and malnutrition as specified in a UN covenant to which the UK is a signatory is upheld. The UK is also signatory to the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, which specifies a duty to provide material assistance and support programmes, particularly with regard to nutrition. Now, at present, with the rolling back of all these social services we're doing here, they're doing anything but that. They're not upholding that in any way, shape or form, are they? Let's be honest. It's not really an obligation that they're taking particularly seriously, either of them. And this is a quote from the government, our present government. I'm not going to get into politics here because, yeah, I'm just not going to, really. But from their manifesto, from our present government, this is the one we have just voted in. We have always believed that churches, faith groups and other voluntary groups play an important and long-standing role in this country's social fabric, running food banks, helping the homeless and tackling debt and addictions such as alcoholism and gambling. In the short term, it is evident that the public will need to rely on each other to support the most vulnerable, which includes the elderly and children. So are they seriously making people being, you know, more socially aware with a bigger social conscience, people giving tins of beans, that's actually part of their manifesto? Seriously, that's actually seriously part of what our government are telling us we need to do, so that they can cut back lots of social services while still maintaining a lot of incredibly rich people, because the divide in this country is enormous. The rich, the top 10% hold something like 46% of the nation's wealth. 10%, 46% of the nation's wealth. The rest of the people are struggling to buy even bloody, you know, cheap as shit Frankfurters like I'm buying, and it's actually in their manifesto that we all have to help each other because that's just the way it's going to have to be, people. I mean, it's outrageous. You know, I wonder how many people who actually voted Conservative read that manifesto and thought, oh, that's a great idea, that's great, yeah, super. I mean, did they really? No, because I think there's a lot of very secret Conservative voters out there, people who don't admit to it. Evidently there are, because they had a big victory. Whereas if I look at my own Facebook feed, no one admits to it. Everyone's going on about, oh my God, I can't believe I've got a Tory government. This is appalling. Well, quite a lot of them must have voted for them, clearly, because it's not that all of my friends are all left-wing liberals, because they're not. Not everyone that I have as a friend on Facebook are actually friends. They're people that I might have worked with. There's a whole diverse community. So there's something, clearly, people are lying somewhere along the line. So that sort of embarrassed, ashamed Tory voter, I don't know what that says. You know, really, you've got to have conviction of what you vote. At least, you know, if you believe in it and you're voting for it, then admit it. Anyway, it's a very interesting article, and I might post it on the Just Giving page, a little link to that, or I don't know, I'll copy and paste it or something like that. I'll think of something. But it's an interesting article, one that I think we should all have a good read at, because it makes sobering thought. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. My brain is obviously gone again. I need sugar. I need caffeine and sugar. That's what I run on. You know, I'm that kind of person. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. I mean, I'm getting there. People are being incredibly generous. I need more generosity. I need about another 200 and something quid's worth of generosity, and then I've reached my target. There's 4 days to go. Come on. Yeah, but I think we'll get there. And yeah, you've heard enough from me for today. So I'll post that link, and thanks again. Bye.